Many of the homes in this area are relatively new, which means they were probably built within the last 500 years. Since I am traveling from beginning to end on the Ridgeway, I'm known as a through walker. But you'll find many people out just walking their dog or for an evening stroll.
Once you get the hang of it, crossing fences are fairly easy for man and for beast.
The Ridgeway is active year-round, especially by the local farmers. No matter what your mode of transportation might be, there is a part of the Ridgeway open for your use. And if you just want to stretch your legs, there are many car parks right on the trail. Each season has its challenges along the Ridgeway, but I prefer the cool, dry weather of the fall. And more than once in this area, the path was obscured by a farmer's plow. But each side of the field has a signpost, and you're on your merry way. The Ridgeway is so well marked, it's almost impossible to get lost. But I do suggest you invest in either an Ordnance Survey map or a trail guide from the Countryside Agency, just so you know where you are and where you're heading. This night, I'll be staying in Princess Riceboro. My accommodations are above the local pub, and I start the following day with a hearty English breakfast. This morning, I followed the Ridgeway across the front drive of Chequers. This is the Prime Minister's official countryside estate. I would say the security guards used excellent disguises. The trail itself cuts across the front drive. Up again to the top of the ridge, I follow a line of beech forest. Overlooking Chequers is the monument Combs Hill, which is dedicated to the African Corps. When going into town, I'm looking for a few important items: a loo, points of interest, somewhere where I could get a bite and a pint, and of course, which way back out of town. But I found myself peering over back garden gates and checking out most of the churches made of flint.
I've been walking through these woods for about an hour now, and the diversity is amazing. Up ahead of us is our destination for the evening, Tring.
In Tring, I stop for my last night along the Ridgeway and stay in a local bed and breakfast. Here, the Ridgeway crosses the path of the Grand Union Canal. Traveling by canal will be one of my next adventures, but today I just enjoy a slow walk down the path of the Grand Union Canal. It's 7 miles from Tring to the Ivinghoe Beacon, and I'm eager to start my last day on the Ridgeway.
Another plus about walking through the countryside is you get snacks along the way.
With the fall color and bloom overhead, I can literally count the steps left in my adventure. Although it's a nice sunny day, The cold wind keeps me moving. But I do take some time to pause and wonder about my journey just traveled, and about all of those who came before me, and a few of you who just might follow.
Here we are at our final stop along the Ridgeway, Ivinghoe Beacon. Some may say this is the end of our adventures. Others may say this is just the beginning. But to me, it's not the destination that counts, it's the journey. I'm Mark Mathias, atop the Ridgeway in merry old England. Cheers!
This would have been the first route that ancient man came into southeast England. So the idea is that the original farmers that arrived would have had a route along the top of the Downs, and then that was used by armies, Danes, Saxons, and then the route became used by drovers, driving herds of cattle and sheep, for example, cattle from Wales all the way through to the markets in London. And now, of course, it's used for recreation, so its use has changed over the years quite tremendously, but it's very wonderful that we still have a green path that follows the ancient line.
For information about this program, contact Marquee Media. To learn more about the Ridgeway, look up the National Trails site on the World Wide Web.